from a young age, I was drawn especially to M.C. Escher and Salvador Dali and other surrealists. And I wanted to find a way that I could bring surrealism to photography. Photograph them. So I realized with the collage technique that I could just cut up, just with scissors and glue, I could kind of create these surreal visions that I have in my mind with my photographs. I had never been interested in digital manipulation. I wanted to do something handcrafted, just using just the power of the hand to kind of create the surreal visions that I had in my head. I'm out in the world and I see something visually intriguing, then I shoot a ton of photos, but I don't know what the subject is going to be. And then I make a lot of prints, and how the ideas come about is a very physical process where I'm pushing around prints on my tabletop until I see combinations coming together. It's a very tactile process, one that involves touching the photos and then cutting them up and putting them back together again. I think, yeah, a number of them are symmetrical, and I think my work is primarily optimistic. I'm hoping that the viewer can stop for a moment and maybe see something in a different way, because I've presented maybe something that was familiar, but in an unusual context. Notions of symmetry, I think it's what the human eye often finds pleasing. Yeah, that's the National Cathedral here in DC. They had an event, and the cathedral was projecting light inside of the cathedral, and it was changing all different colors And it was wonderful for me because I walked around and I could just station myself at different spots and just keep taking photos, and the light would keep changing, and so it gave me a lot of material to work with. I've done a whole series of faces and eyes. The faces actually started out of this idea of seeing ourselves in nature, that we think of ourselves as so human beings as so separate from nature, that we're above it, that we're not a part of the animal world. So my goal was, if I made portraits out of nature, where our faces, human faces, were actually composed of natural subjects, that then perhaps we'd see ourselves more as being part of nature rather than apart from it.